Target has found themselves in a all too similar situation thanks to some self-inflicted problems, because now we're starting to see a carryover. Well, with the Bud Light situation, it is more or less just one company, and now, well, we've taken it a step further by having a store now be the target of a somewhat successful boycott. Enough so that it's at least registered in the popular zeitgeist at the moment. So growing number of calls, shouldn't that be of calls? Or growing number calls for boycott Target over LGBT clothes for children. I would like to call for a boycott on the moratorium of proper grammar when it comes to headlines. That's just atrocious, holy. Anyways, calls to boycott Target have spread on social media after retailer released another line of big gay clothing for kids. Yeah, remember guys, a couple of years ago, they said that they were coming for your kids. That was just a joke though. Sure thing, including for newborn children. Great, wonderful, fantastic. Of those 42% of kids that are now born to single mothers, they could just go ahead and dress them in whatever clothes they feel like it on a certain day. According to Target's website, it's recently released its so-called Pride collection for 2023, including a onesie for infants that features pro-big gay content coming in size 0 to 3 months. Ugh, I want to die inside. And what? Okay, because if it's all gay content for kids, why are you trying to sexualize toddlers? Or did you just have to repurpose the Epstein collection? Ugh. One onesie included the text "Bein' Proud." Okay, well, another features what appears to be a gay rainbows and hearts along with transgender flag colors. Fantastic. These are literal babies. They can't even make appropriate food choices or appropriate bathroom choices, but they're totally cognizant in their sexual desires. Freaks. The Minneapolis-based retailer. Oh, see, it starts to make a little bit more sense there. I guess I didn't connect those dots. Anyways, retailers also selling child's gay books. That makes sense, including Bye Bye Binary and What Are Your Words? Oh, Lord. Normally, books are full of information, knowledge, wisdom, things that can help you and help clarify the world around you. Because an author puts a thought on a piece of paper, and for generations now, we've been able to learn from the wisdom of the past. All that this is going to do right now is just muddy the waters for anybody dumb enough to read them. Broadcaster Megyn Kelly wrote this week that we don't need our kids seeing this shit. Oh no, she used a bad word when we walk down the aisles at Target. Yeah, I don't know about you guys, but I'm of a certain age where if my mom or my father or whoever we were going to the store with just needed to go into someplace real quick, we would just sit in the car. But is that illegal now? I don't know. I came out fine. Well, Fox Nation host Tommy Lahren, ugh. I got a little bit of respect for Megyn Kelly. She's alright, but Tommy Lahren, if you unironically bring her up, come on, man. Come on. Added that Target has gone full woke and it's repugnant. I'm going to use that as one of my titles because that's the game that you have to play on YouTube. Hell, it kind of works. Conservative commentator, yo man, there's the trifecta right there. Okay, I can't with this shit. Okay, okay, there's boycotts at Target. That's fantastic. So yeah, they have this Bien Proud. Okay, so it wasn't being or anything like that. I think they misspelt that, but okay. So now you've got the intersectionality of sexuality, children, and race. Fantastic stuff that you have right there. Light mint green, that's not green, that's yellow. Okay, maybe colors are just a social construct anyways, right? Okay, but then that leads to somebody calling on Mr. Producer to set up the emergency meeting. If you get that joke, you're a great individual because, okay, their Target holds an emergency meeting over gay merchandise in southern stores. Just the southern stores. Those are the only ones they care about? Interesting. Some southern Target stores are forced by their corporation to move gay merchandise away from the front of their locations after customer outrage to avoid a Bud Light situation. Well, if that's the term that's being thrown around, well, we got ourselves a considerable problem. Many Target locations across the country feature massive June Pride Month displays on an annual basis. Well, that's nice. It's just never been at the forefront like this for so long. This is probably the first year in a while where it's just been a full-on year of just this absolute nonsense. Like, it's always just been bad right around June, at least for the past few years, but now, just kind of one of those societal shifts where now we're just dealing with this stuff year-round. Fantastic. Many Target location. Oh, I'm repeating myself with items this year ranging from tuck-friendly bathing suits, for the mentally ill, to mugs that say gender fluid. See, that would be kind of funny, and you could also kind of get behind that if that was like something being sold at Napa. That would be kind of funny. Like, this is the only real gender fluid. Like, it just needs a little bit of rejiggering, and you could make that a funny mug. Anyways, but the retail juggernaut has been criticized by some conservatives for the displays, with children's items particularly irking many customers. This is one of those situations where I think the conservative framing would be appropriate. Not because I don't think that there are reasonable people on both sides of the argument when it comes to this stuff, but cool. If you want to go ahead and you want to paint the conservatives as the ones who don't want to sexualize children, and anybody who's not in that box as somebody who wants to, I'm totally fine with that. You just go ahead with that. Target insider told Fox News Digital that many locations, mostly in rural areas of the South, have relocated Pride sections to the dumpster. To avoid the kind of backlash Bud Light has received in recent weeks after using a transgender influencer in a promotional campaign. Oh, that's about Bud Light. I just figured that did Target do something similar? Because that kind of makes sense. Target Insider said that there were emergency meetings on Friday, and some managers and district senior directors were told to tamp down the gay sections because, it's weird. It might seem like one of those big city issues, but it's really not. Homosexuality kind of has equal distribution throughout the population because, you can kind of track that. It's not like it's more prevalent in the South as opposed to any of the big cities that are out there. It's just more tolerable in those places where you have the liberal white women. We were given 36 hours, told to take all the Pride stuff, the entire section, and move it to a section that's a third of the size. Right there at the back. From the front of the store to the back of the... Yeah, that's right. You get to the back of the bus. You can't have anything on mannequins and no large signage, the Target insider said. But it's funny, you can see in probably the little breakaway segment that they have right there, just on the sidebar, the Target CEO defends the gay outfits by, it's the right thing for society. Yeah, it's so right. You just need to hide it in the places where it's not popular. All right, then. Because, you see postcards like this where it's, okay, cool, you've got the Conquering Nations flag right there on the product that you're going to be purchasing, as well as... Why do you have all this stuff that's right there? Okay. I remember when the selling feature of swim trunks just used to be, they're stretchy in case, you go swimming or anything like that. It's not going to rip in the certain areas. It's like, okay, cool, fantastic. They're just talking about it's got a bigger bridge, so if you want to play Buffalo Bill with your toddler, you can just go ahead and do that. Ugh. And as long as that one didn't have a pouch, it doesn't look too dissimilar to what you'd see some Cuban in the 1980s walking around South Beach in. It's like, okay, whatever. But it's a tuck-friendly bathing suit for minors. You're creeps. You're absolute creeps. We call our customers guests. There is an outrage on their part. This year, it's just exponentially more than any other year, the Target insider continued. I think given the current situation with Bud Light, the company is terrified of a Bud Light situation. Pretty much. And there are other companies, there are other businesses that are definitely taking note at this point in time. Okay, is this going to stem all of the nonsense if we just put it at the back of the store? Is everybody just going to be complicit in our nonsense moving forward? Are we going to have to slow roll our degeneracy? Because as you can see, they're moving it to the back of the store and they think that you're stupid enough to buy that. Oh, see, look at the boycott worked, or our outrage worked because they got rid of it. No, they didn't. It's just at the back next to the clearance stuff. Next to the bikes. Now they have something that rhymes with bikes that's right next to it. I'm not talking about the guys with the funny little hats. The insider, who has worked at the retailer for almost 2 decades. Hopefully this is somebody that works in corporate and not, like a cashier that's worked at Target for 2 decades. Said Target rarely makes such hasty decisions. They said Friday's call began roughly 10 minutes on how to deal with team member safety. By having swimsuits with additional pockets thrown at them because of the amount of the backlash the Pride merchandise has generated, noting that Target asset protection and corporate security teams were present on the call. Interesting. Call was super quick. It was about 15 minutes. The first 10 minutes was how to keep your team safe and not having to advocate for Target. The last trying to have to defend your stupid company's decisions to stock all of this nonsense that appeals to a fraction of a percentage of the general population. Interesting. The last 5 was move this to the back, take down the mannequins, remove the signage. Hopefully we can just, placate everybody for a month and then just put it back in storage until next year. Don't worry about it. It'll be fine. Noting that bathing suits have replaced Pride merchandise in the front of store displays, despite Pride Month not even starting until June 1st. Yeah, because it's now just moving into Pride season. That's what we're getting at this point in time. And then, hey man, if nobody wants to stand up to this nonsense, it's going to become Pride year, and that will be the standard going forward, because we've seen what happened before. You can just take a look with feminism and the rampant misandry that you see from the likes of the Miller Lite ad that came out, and none of those stupid conservatives out there had the cojones. I was going to say gonads or cojones at the same time. It came out conads. Weird. It doesn't have nearly as cool of a sword that you could also stuff away in one of these, stupid little bathing suits. Anyways, it's alright to make fun of men. It's alright to ridicule them and paint them as caricatures, as borderline abusers, incompetent goofs. But the moment that a woman's feelings are put in check, oh my god, we need to move heaven and earth. You see it time and time and time again. Roe v. Wade, perfect example right there. How much propaganda did we have to endure for the longest time from when that draft opinion was leaked? Did we ever get a follow-up on who ended up leaking that? Oh, okay, cool. All right. Figure that out the same time we figure out the motive behind the Las Vegas shooter in 2016. Oh, yeah, okay. But yeah, June 1st, you get these big gay displays, and now to make a hasty decision to kind of go back to the same thing that the stores were doing back when I was growing up by having swimsuits out front, just do that. That's kind of popular, okay? And then you didn't need to have a stupid bit of conquered land right there at the front. Oh, it's Pride Month. You can still mix in your stupid little dick holder underwear into the section as well. You just didn't have to be so ostentatious about it. But hey man, that's what them gays are known for. So shout out to Target for testing the water. This is a little bit better of an apology than Bud Light's first one out, but it's still, you guys are still selling and promoting the stuff, so hopefully they keep that same energy. The guys that are boycotting it, kind of doubt it though. This will probably just placate it, and this will be the strategy moving forward. Just try to outlast the outrage. But you know what that's not working, or you know what area that's not working at? Bud Light. But we'll talk about them here real quick. So with all that said, thank you all very much for the gift of your time. I've been Don Consuelo. I want you to follow your gut and get after it. Take care, everyone.